We're going to close it from here in Auckland Park because we're going to leave you with Leanne at the Inkosi Luthuli Convention Center out in eThekwini. That's where the Travel Indaba is taking place. And as you heard, they are expecting quite a bit of traffic, 10,000 plus people to go through those doors. So from us here at Auckland Park, it's goodbye. But here's Leanne in eThekwini.
Sakina, thanks very, very much. I'll see you in studio tomorrow. Looking forward to being with you. But at the moment, I'm really enjoying being at Africa's Travel Indaba. And let me tell you something. There is a sense of much excitement here this year. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think it's always something exciting in the tourism sector because it is something that's growing. It's something that's working. We're getting to those pre-COVID levels. We're almost there. And we're just seeing a rise in visitors all over the country, and I think that can only mean good news for everything, for the economy, for jobs, and certainly for the Minister of Tourism. Makes your job much easier, doesn't it?
Yes,
Patricia
most
de Lille.
definitely.
What a pleasure to see you. Thanks for
Good
chatting
morning,
to us.
Leanne. Thank you.
So, I mean, it is a positive story at the moment, isn't it?
Definitely. You know, I don't want to hear the word COVID anymore.
No, neither do I. I really don't. But it seems that people are emphasizing it because they're saying, we did it. We came back.
Sold out this year. You know, I'm so proud of our domestic tourism. We are past 130% past COVID-19. International arrivals also now we have reached the 10 million mark. And just this village here today, it is done deliberate so that we can diversify our offering to our visitors by bragging about, you know, displaying our hidden gems. The 120 small, medium enterprises that are here, they're funded by the department and they come from all 9 provinces. And, you know, it is just such a good feel that, you know, these hidden gems that we are discovering now. And then, of course, we have got the agreement with Google to help us to put all of these hidden gems onto the Google map all over the world.
It is huge because, you know, the world has become almost like a small village. When you get out onto a platform like Google, you're looking for accommodation, you're looking for places to stay. People look at photographs, they go directly, they book, they see, they want to experience. And this, I mean, this is where we are standing in the hidden gems. And, you know, I'm loving this.
All from small towns, small villages, townships around the country. And most of these hidden gems were discovered after COVID, when South Africans revenge travel. We want to just get out. We've been locked up.
I like that, revenge travel, because it feels like revenge travel.
And they have discovered all of these hidden gems. Then we launched yesterday what we call the big sale for an affordable packages. Where we encourage all tourist establishments to join us. And they offer discounts up to 50%. And people can then buy these packages and use them, you know, when they have got the time available. Because we do understand, as all South Africans, we go under tremendous stress and strains and the high cost of services and all of that. So what we launched yesterday, we hope that more of the tourist establishments that have joined us here at Indaba today will also join and put their specials onto our packages.
Amazing. I love that, and I'm so glad that these incredible businesses are being given the platform from all of the provinces, and you'll see them all highlighted here. I want to speak to you about something that the media have really clutched onto, and these are figures that were released recently. I'm not sure exactly when. You'll know. You must have released them, your department. But in terms of the surge in travellers, particularly on the continent, coming into South Africa because of the loosened visa regulations.
Oh yes.
I mean, this is insane. I mean, just the numbers, which I'm just filling in the gaps for you. From January to March this year, South Africa welcomed 2.4 million international tourists. That's a 15.4% increase compared to the year before.
Africa's definitely leading the way. Ghana, you know, just November last year, we signed with Ghana a visa exemption for up to 90 days.
Okay.
And because of the air access between South Africa and Ghana, we've seen a 249% increase just between January and March.
Amazing.
And that shows you that if we've got air access, if we have a liberal visa regime, people will start traveling.
Yeah.
And I really want to thank the African continent for supporting South Africa like this. We also encouraging South Africans also to travel to Ghana. Another country did very well as Zimbabwe and Kenya. And then we joined by 2 new African countries this year for the first time, Burkina Faso and Eritrea.
Is this,
Yes.
is it reciprocal? So for South African
Yes.
travelers, it's the same. We go 90
Definitely.
days visa-free. They
Yes,
come 90
yes.
days visa-free here.
And you know, with the flights between Accra and South Africa, it's a combination of tourists and also business opportunities and investments between the 2 countries. So we're very pleased with the growth, and we hope that in the next quarter we are able, together with the Department of Home Affairs, make sure that we regularize some of the visa obstacles that some of the other African countries are still facing.
Indeed. So this is on a continental travel perspective, which I think is phenomenal. It
Yes.
helps South Africans, and it certainly
Yes.
does help the rest of the continent traveling into South Africa. What about internationally? Because it's still something that we as South Africans grapple with, is that
Yes.
we would need to pay for visas to go elsewhere, but they can come to us for free.
I agree with you.
Are we in
Well,
negotiations about those kind of issues to allow South Africans to travel a bit cheaper and not have to pay these exorbitant prices?
We have seen growth from all the markets, from
Yeah.
Europe, from the Americas, from the Middle East, from Asia. We've seen from China, we've seen an 82% increase in the first quarter. So people are coming, although we still have to deal with a lot of people who are waiting very long for visas to be processed. The e-visa system that is being extended to China and to India, the Department of Home Affairs is trying to ease, sometimes they go online in the comfort of their homes, want to apply for a visa. We sometimes are offline, but that is now on the side of the Department of Home Affairs. But definitely we've seen growth all over, but we should never rest on our laurels. The competition is stiff out there, Leanne, and we have to compete. We have to be more aggressive in our marketing. We're launching this year, we are launching our global campaign. And it's a campaign that we've put together with the private sector. Because I believe that with this fragmentation of marketing of one destination, we've lost opportunities. So what we are now doing together with all the stakeholders in the private sector, we all have come together and at least agree on a single message. And that's what we will be launching today.
Amazing.
Yes.
What is that message?
Well, we wanted to also show the family side of tourism.
Yeah.
Tourism connect families. If you've seen the direct flight now to Perth.
On SAA, I know I saw
yes.
this being launched, which is it's a great
SAA
thing.
told me that there were a number of elderly people on that flight, and they were so happy because they're now able to go and see their grandchildren in Australia.
Yeah.
So we're targeting young people, children, families, because we see, especially from Asia and India, they like to travel in groups, intergenerational groups. So, and then of course we also illustrating investment opportunities, because the airlines are also looking at filling up the business class seats.
Yeah.
So you have to do both.
We talk airlines, and I think it's an important conversation to have, because I think
Yes.
it's been very hard and very frustrating for
Yes.
South Africans, because, well, I think for the world. It's not,
Yes.
we can't blame it only on South Africa, but, with, as you say, SAA
Yes.
slowly making a
Yeah.
footprint back and also bringing visitors here.
Yes.
It obviously has stolen a lot from us by not having a carrier that has been accessing major points around
Yes.
the world. Yes, we're growing more and more into Africa, limited flights. Now we're trying to get internationally. How has that damaged us? Because it must have had a very negative role for us in terms of travel.
SAA is definitely aware that a lot of the market has been taken away by other airlines. And they will be coming back subject to so many variables. And we also have to accept that they have to deal with it. You know, the last commercial arrangement with Takatso, and they are working on those problems. So we must assist SAA by doing joint marketing with our major source markets, so that SAA can build up a case that can justify. Yesterday we had a debate about the expensive sustainable aviation fuel, because we have to find that balance between impact of climate change and then how can airlines switch over to sustainable aviation fuel, which is currently very expensive. So SAA have to consider all of those factors, but I think they're making progress, and with the right leadership there, I think that come this year we could even see more flights that they will be launching.
Well, we can only hope so, because it does exceptionally well for the country. Finally, Minister, and I think maybe just to dedicate a little bit of time to the things that prevent tourists from coming, and I think one of the biggest issues is crime. We can't hide behind that. We look at the crime rate of South Africa. We sometimes look at an unstable situation where people do get a little bit worried, and the perceptions around the world always are worse than what is actually going on. But we do have a problem when it comes to crime. Does it worry you, and does that hamper people from visiting?
Well, obviously we regret the attack on any tourists, even the attack on local tourists. We regret that. But we've been very proactive the past year in forming a partnership between the public sector, private sector, the National Prosecuting Authority, South African Police Services, and from government side. We invested 174 million rand. We've employed 2,300 young people and deployed them to all the hotspots across the country. From the private sector, they've launched an application, an app called Secure App, which at the press of a button, you've got access to 300 private security companies and SAP, and you've got access to medical assistance. Then August last year, we launched an operational center in Sandton, sponsored by the business sector, by BUSA and others, where on a 24-hour basis, the app is monitored. But then we took it a step further. I convened a meeting in November last year with all our embassies here, all our high commissioners, consul generals, and we told them about our safety plan, very proactively what we are doing, so that they could share with their citizens applying to come to South Africa. Through the Office of Minister Pando, we were also then able to send our proactive plan to all South African missions abroad, so that they can also share with potential tourists that want to come here what plans are in place. We're working very closely with the Daily Telegraph in London. Of course, we are concerned with the latest statement that was issued by the UK government, which in fact is contradicting what is really happening, because tourist numbers from the UK has gone up, substantially up. So it's a constant monitoring. We've also put together a full-time communication strategy, so that not everybody speak on the incident. But we put out the message that while we regret what happened to a tourist, but on the other hand, we also show them what we are doing to be more proactive to prevent any attacks. Yes.
Right. Minister, thank you. We wish you a great
Leanne,
successful...
and thank you for coming once again.
It's always a pleasure. It's one of the stops that we love to make here on Morning Live. Promoting tourism is something we do, and we're very proud of doing. So thank you, Minister.
Thank you so much.
We wish you the very, very best of luck. There's so many advantages to a good tourism sector. It's jobs, it's the economy, and of course, a happy country. That's what keeps us going. Let's say goodbye. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Back in studio tomorrow. God bless you all. Bye-bye.